All right, everybody, welcome back to Southern Big Bore Channel. My scope came in. I figured I'd do a little unboxing. I went with a Viper PST Gen 2 2x10 by 32. Kind of because it was smaller, kind of kept with that dangerous game rifle scope aesthetic. Let's see what we got in here. We got some directions. We got the battery. It's got illuminated reticle, a lens cloth, some little lens caps, a little sunshade. I probably won't be using that. And we got this thing by itself. Let's see what she looks like. Not bad. So, first impressions, it's heavy. I think it goes about 26 ounces. All aluminum. There's no real plastic on this thing. This is a, let's see here, I got a cheat sheet. So this is, they got the MOA EBR4 reticle. It is a first focal plane. So the difference between that and a second focal plane is the first focal plane, the reticle will shrink and expand as you zoom in and out. So your holdovers, your MOA dots, are always in scale to your target, and you can use them no matter what magnification. A second focal plane scope, which most people use for hunting, the reticle doesn't change size. But if you're looking at a deer and you zoom in, the deer will get bigger, but the reticle doesn't. And if there's any holdover dots on that, they're only valid at one magnification unless you do some math. And usually it's the highest magnification. So if you had a 3x9 scope, your holdovers would only be good at the maximum magnification of 9. And this thing's got some nice little turrets. Got nice loud clicks. It's got a fiber optic little piece of plastic here, so you can get an idea of where you are real quick just by glancing at it, even in low light. This has got a razor zero stop, so once you zero these things in, you can unscrew this cap, pull it out, turn it, and set it back down, and you'll be set back to 0. Let's see, this has got a, as I said, it's 2-10. I hunted with a 1x4 Trijicon AccuPoint on my 375 last year, and while it was good enough at the range to get some good groups at 100 yards, but in failing light the last part of the day when the deer walked out, I wish I had had a little bit more magnification. Even though the Trijicon does have a illuminated, it's not a fully illuminated reticle, it's an illuminated dot in the middle of the reticle. It's got, like the VCOGs, it's got a fiber optic pickup, and then it's got a tritium lamp in it. This one runs off battery. And then the battery goes right here. And then your illumination control is here, and your parallax is right here. And so your illumination, it's got 10 settings, and it's got an off between each setting. So if you got a couple of settings you prefer, like 7 and 8, you set the off between them, and then you can click to 7 or 8. Let's see, lengthwise, 12.64 inches. The objective here is 1.61, and the eyepiece is 1.81. I've got some worn mounts I ordered that are here, and I'm gonna have to pull out a couple other rifles and play musical scopes and see what kind of rings I need for this, so it doesn't interfere, hit the barrel, or that I can get the most eye relief out of. It uses a CO2032 battery, and it's got a red reticle, and it's got about 3.2 inches of eye relief. So hopefully I don't get that famous Weatherby tattoo on my forehead. Glass etch reticle. What else we got? Tactical turrets, 26.3 ounces, and first focal plane. We discussed all that. that's pretty much it. It's got some nice turrets on it. It's got the scale right there. You can twist them up and down, know where you're at. Same here. I don't know if you can see the reticle in there. Probably not. But when I put it on the rifle, I'll do a install video. But first impressions, it's pretty heavy, but heavy's reliable. I like it. I think it's gonna look good on the gun, and I think it'll give me just the magnification I need. And like I said, when I get the figure out what rings I get, of course I'll use Warren Maxima quick detach rings like I have on my 375. So you twist the lever on each one, it comes right off the rifle. Warren guarantees it to go within 1/1000th of an inch back to zero if you take it on and off. So that's pretty good. I haven't tried that with my 375 yet. What I'll do with the 460 is I'll probably get the irons dialed in right at 50 yards, and then I'll run the scope on top of that. And so if I need anything close, I can just pop the scope off and I'll be good to 50. And this should give me some good holdover data, since it's not a reason I didn't go with one of the other scopes like their Strike Eagle, I think 1:6 and 1:8, is that the holdovers, the marks on the reticle, the substensions are actually calibrated for either 223 or 308, and that ain't gonna work with a big 500 grain bullet. So I just went with a straight MOA reticle. They offer it MRAD, which is mils, but I've been shooting MOA scopes for so long I can do the math in my head real quick, and with mils I have to think about it. I do have a Diamondback with the mill and the nice Christmas tree reticle, and it's nice, but yeah, I got to think a little bit. And these things, I know it's an inch at 100, I know it's 2 inches at 200, I know it's 3 inches at 300, and a quarter turn is a quarter of each of those measurements, so it's not that difficult to stay on target, or just use the dots if you don't want to dial in. And that's about it for that. If you like the content, thanks for subscribing, or hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching, and you all have a good night.